Welcome back, Money Team. This is Mad Money Shots and another college cheese as always. In today's video, we're less than 3 weeks away from you being able to get your hands on college football 26, and there hasn't been a lot of new information that has come out after the leaks that came out from the beta about a week ago. But we should be getting some new stuff any day now, most likely Thursday. We should probably get a deep dive, if not Friday. But while we've been waiting, our favorite creative director at EA Sports, Scott O'Gallagher, has released a lot of information on his X account, which I'm going to go over in today's video. But before I do, as always, if you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, let me know in the comment section. Other than that, let's get right into the video. Now, the first thing I'm going to say before I get into these posts is that these posts were over the course of the last several days, and I was on vacation, so I wasn't able to report on some of it. So some of this stuff might already be out there, but there's definitely some good information coming from this Twitter account. And I definitely want to make sure that I brought it to my subscribers, just in case you guys haven't already seen this from other videos online, since he really is, as I said in a previous video, in charge of both Madden 26 and College Football 26. A lot of this stuff can most likely apply to both games, as we've already seen a lot of emphasis on things like QB DNA in the reveal trailer in both games. As it's been confirmed that it's at least going to be in Madden 26, but it sounds like it's going to be in College Football 26, and I don't think it's been confirmed yet. With one of the first posts being about Madden 26, where he's referencing a video made by Good Game Bro, who talked about his time that he played with Madden 26, where he basically agrees with what he heard about this, saying, very good stuff here. The QB part is spot on. We absolutely took the basketball type approach, which once again, Scott O'Gallagher came over from 2K 4 years ago back to EA, so obviously he makes a lot of references to his previous success with 2K Sports between 2014 to 2020. It says the most iconic position in sports, so delivering full animation sets, ball leaving the hand smoothly, and rich contextual animations was pivotal to getting this right. Now, since that post was about Madden 26, I guess he got a lot of people asking about College Football 26, to which he replied, did QB animations get any extra love for CFB 26? And he says, oh yes, exclamation mark. All of the arm slots got similar love, meaning that we should see very similar from Madden what we're getting in college football. Although obviously there's way more teams in college football, so I don't expect the QB DNA to be as spot on. I don't see the opportunity for as many exact throwing motions. I don't think they're going to bring in as many college kids into EA to throw on the mocap suits to figure out their throwing animations, because we saw last year in College Football 25 that they don't even have full face scans of all these teams. So I don't think they're going to go as deep, but I think we're going to see a lot of the arm animations from Madden 26 probably poured over to College Football 26. As I said in a previous video, that they are talking as if they put more time into Madden 26 than college football, so we probably will see a lot more ports over from Madden to college as compared to last year where we got more ports from college over to Madden. He also went as far as to give us more information on what the QB ball carrier moves are going to look like, as he references once again another post where it says, is there a QB evade stick in either game this year, or are the QBs still stuck with random outcome once the defender is near? He says QB right stick moves are back and much improved. I'm not one to use them myself, but if that's your style, you'll have more control and creativity than before. Now, I don't necessarily remember QB right stick moves in the past. He says they're back, so I don't know if back in the day you could basically just hit the right stick and juke, or how it would work, but it would be nice if you could basically just push in the right stick, which at the moment is obviously going to be throwing the ball away out of bounds, which is something that's obviously a very important function, which can obviously be put somewhere else. But if you can push in the right stick to basically activate ball carrier moves as a quarterback, I think that might be the best way to do it. He doesn't necessarily say exactly how that's going to be, but he does say that it's going to be with the right stick, which is obviously the most important part. We'll still have to wait for the deep dive, or maybe for the game to come out, before we have a better idea of what that's going to look like. But I do think that's, obviously that's something that I'm probably going to use a lot if it's not too difficult. Now, the next couple of posts are really open to interpretation, as I don't think it was meant to necessarily answer questions directly, but he does repost somebody's comment about revamped passing, which really is something that he talked about for the next several days, as I myself posted a lot of videos questioning what was the best passing type throughout all of College Football 25 and Madden 25 between revamped passing and placement and accuracy. Well, he sheds a little bit of light on what's going to be the best one going forward in College Football 26 and probably Madden 26. And he starts by posting somebody named Caden, I don't know who this is, but it says, agreed, I don't like how most passes on revamped are catchable, which is something that it's true. I'd say like 99% of passes on Revamped, even though the arc and the where the placement of the ball goes is much bigger as far as like where it can end up on the field, they are all catchable. So Scott Gallagher says that's fair. Expect that range to be significantly larger this year. But once again, I don't know what he means. The range as far as the ball is going to travel, or the range as far as some will be catchable and some won't be. It's really hard to say because, like I said, this is really left open to interpretation. But I still think that's important information, as we're still trying to figure out, even a year later, what's the best passing mechanic. And I think that he goes even further with his next post, as he did elaborate, replying to at least one person who did reply to the post, who said, one thing about the Revamped is that you can't rifle balls in tight windows, which I kind of agree with. I felt like there was too many times where the ball got there too slowly when it came to short and intermediate passing. But he said, like, you can on placement, which is one of the reasons I like to use placement, especially when it comes like up cover 3 seams. It says the arcs are way too big. It's difficult to run a quick game. And then Scott O'Gallagher says, not true, actually. I worked with the back end daily, and when it comes to layering the football, bullets, and overall passing, it's hands down the most robust system we've had. So I don't know if it made improvements in these areas, but hopefully, based on the fact that last year, obviously, Revamp was introduced, and it did have some holes, making me think that they might have, shored up some of those holes as far as the passing system goes. He then replies to another person who said, I won't lie, Revamp felt easy. Maybe it's just the sheer amount of freedom to place the ball where I wanted. Almost felt like QBs were too accurate. In retrospect, it's probably the best passing mechanic as far as the amount of trajectories and ability to control velocity, which Scott O'Gallagher replied, nothing new there. We kept the trajectory hotness from last year. It's also why I encourage people to use Revamped or Classic due to more trajectories. Now, my issue was never with the trajectories itself. It was more with the fact that you can't see where the trajectory or the ball placement is as you're throwing the ball. If you could simply just add the reticle on the field when you're throwing in Revamped Passing, I think that would basically cure all the problems. But ultimately, not knowing exactly where the ball is going to go is one of the things I don't like, which is really what I think the previous guy was talking about when it talks about short, quick passes, is you want to be able to fit it in a tight window, but when it comes to Revamp, you can't see what that window is going to be until the ball's already thrown. But the important part is he's telling you that he thinks that Revamped is going to be the meta. So for the most part, I'm probably going to start with that at the beginning of the year, based off the fact that I have the creative director of the game telling me that they put more time and effort into it, meaning that's probably going to be better. And it looks like this is the future, as they're leaving the old passing style that was created in Madden a few years ago in the past. He also replied to that same comment by saying hitting yellow and orange, which is formerly red, will carry a bigger penalty in 26, meaning that they do see how there was some advantages to this, to the point that I was making it almost too easy to play with, and that they're trying to tinker with that formula to basically make it a little bit more competitive. Now, I can see the fact that they changed it from red to orange also means that, once again, I still think, even though there's going to be a penalty, that all passes are going to be catchable, because red almost seems like it means it's not going to be catchable at all, when that's not necessarily true. Now, the last thing that he reposted was from someone named GamerChamp23, who says, once I changed to Revamp, my offense went to the next level and I never looked back. Glad you confirmed the dice rolls. That's exactly what I experienced before changing. And he's referencing a post from Scott O'Gallagher, probably replying to somebody in a different comment section, where it says skill-based has more dice rolls than Revamped. But then he also says that the assumptions here are hilarious. So I don't know if that's an assumption that there's more dice rolls, but he did repost it. So it makes me think, once again, that he's recommending Revamped for College Football 26 as the better passing. As I can confirm, you do get more dice rolls. That's something that they told you about Revamped Passing, that when you use Revamped Passing, that the majority of the passes are going to be completable, compared to, and this is nothing new, but compared to placement accuracy, which obviously it's a little bit more hit or miss, but I still feel like you probably get a more accurate throw. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. What are you going to be using? Are you listening to Scott O'Gallagher? Are you going to go with Revamped Passing in College Football 26? Were you already using Revamped Passing? Do you already think that was the better passing type? But if you guys want to see more information from College Football 26, I'll have videos about that pop up on the screen. Just click links, and until next time, thanks for watching, man. My shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.